Our group consists of 6 members, which are Zari Shuhada, metric number 273142, Nurin Jazlina, metric number 269813, Nur Fatiha, metric number 273696, Q Chow Min, metric number 271311, Suraya Hani, metric number 269440, Nur Safika, metric number 269624. Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Zari Shuhada binti Nurdin, metric number 273142. I am the first presenter from group AE4. We choose to review a movie titled Bombshell from 2019, directed by Joy Roach. The main cast in this movie are Charlize Theron, role as Megan Kelly, Margaret Robbie, role as Kayla Pospisil, Nicole Kidman as Gretchen Carlson, and John Lithgow as Roger Ellis. This movie is focusing on 3 women in toxic work environment at Fox News for female at the hand of a network. President Roger Ellis is dramatized specifically in the period in early to mid-2016. Roger Ellis is the chairman of Fox News and a sexual predator who harassed women for decades. Gretchen Carlson tired with this issue for a long time. She is fired from her position and sues Roger for sexual harassment together with wrongful termination. Gretchen assuming that other women will come forward to support her, which they don't at first. While in the meantime, at Fox, everyone is pressured to support Roger, especially the star of Fox News, Megan Kelly. But she knows the truth because Roger harassed her in her early days. She doesn't want to come forward initially, burned by her public battle with Donald Trump, so she sought out other women who happened to and urged them to come forward, including the once idealistic Kayla, who chastised Megan for not saying anything and stopping it from happening further. Kayla and many other women go to the investigator and eventually Megan comes forward as well. The story ends with Roger is fired from Fox and Gretchen receives a $20 million settlement. That's all from me. I'll pass to the next group member to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurin Jazlina binti Muhammad Nordin, metric numbers 269813. First of all, I will explain about sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is defined as unwanted or undesired sexual activity by a party. Sexual harassment can take several forms including physical, vocal, verbal, psychological, and visual. It can be done by the same or different gender. It is frequently done again by opposite sex or gender. When sexual harassment occurs, the victim will experience fear and additional mental disorder, as well as feeling of anger, insult, and so on. It is an unethical and criminal behavior in the legal context. Usually, sexual harassment against the woman. According to Bombshell movie, we can see how Kayla wanted to meet Roger Ellis on a professional level at first. Kayla was asked to meet with Roger Ellis for the second time the following day. During the private meeting, Roger Ellis tells Kayla to leave her skirt so he can see her underwear. According to Kayla's facial expression in Bombshell, this made her feel uneasy and afraid. It is then revealed in the film that she has been asked to provide sexual help to Roger Ellis. In brief, Kayla Pospisil is based on the experience of multiple victims of sexual assaults rather than a single lady. Kayla was one of the final victims before Roger Ellis was successfully removed from the series. In this case, it actually abused Kayla's psychological. Kayla, without realizing it, has walked into a battle for her dignity. For your information, Kayla Pospisil is a fictional employee at the news network, portrayed by Margot Robbie in Fox, signature by styling her hair with bleach blonde style. In this case, also related to Megan Kelly, who argued this evidence to show that Roger Ellis frequently sexually harassed female employees at Fox News. It is an immoral behavior that occurs in an organization in this scenario. In a company, we are expected to do the right thing or other to avoid unfavorable outcomes. It will affect the low level of motivation of someone. In this case, it involves the relationship between employees and superior.
Bombshell, a 2019 movie, emerged as one of the most discussed films that happened at that time. As the other presenter has said before, it is based on true story. Yes, it is about exposing the sexual misconduct, workplace harassment. And today, my name is Nur Fatiha binti Sainuddin and my metric number is 273696. Will be the next presenter to talk about one of the unethical things that happened in the movie. Sex scandal. Yes, it is sex scandal. It is about sex scandal that happened between Roger Ailes, which is the head of Fox News, and also the kingmaker at the Republican Party. In 2016, a sexual harassment lawsuit brought to him by a former Fox journalist, Carlson, kick-started an internal sexual harassment investigation and eventually became the wave of sexual harassment claims against Roger. Roger works as a producer and then as an executive producer at the Mike Douglas show at Philadelphia. Three women in New York Magazine 2016 told them when they were young as 16 years old, they interviewed with Roger to appear at the show. In closed room, he told them they only will get the job if they had sex with him. After the news of Carlson's lawsuit broke, Kelly came forward with her own allegation that Roger had committed non-consensual sexual advances toward her in 2006. However, she did not file another lawsuit, but she did describe the abuse that happened to her at that time. Kelly was one of more than 20 women who came forward at this time to either corroborate Carlson's story or make claims of their own. Kelly's allegation appeared to have been the last straw that forced Roger out. Rupert Murdoch and his son James and Lachlan, the top three executives at 21st Century Fox, reportedly think Kelly is the future of the network and is too valuable to lose.
Good evening to Prof. Maya, Dr. Faibis Amir, and my fellow classmates. My name was Gu Xiaoming, and my matrix number was 271311. And now, I would like to continue the presentation. Misogyny, a word that defines a meaning which is ingrained in the prejudice against women. A simple word that can explain it was hatred of women. The reason why I mentioned misogyny was because during the film, Bombshell has shown the objectification woman. In 12 minutes and 43 seconds, one of the male anchors in Fox News said that women are everywhere and we are letting them play golf and tennis now. It's out of control. The message transferred by the anchor to the public has shared the idea of misogyny. This was disrespect to the woman. Next, the new point I would mention was feminism. The meaning of feminism was about all gender having equal right and opportunity. It's about respecting diverse women's experience, identity, knowledge, and strength, and striving to empower all women to realize their full right. In this film, Roger Ailes, the CEO of Fox News, has shown the scene which is he wants the staff to show the loyalty by giving sexual to them. Gretchen Carlson, one of the female anchors, has sued Roger Ailes to defend the equal right of the woman. She wants to stop the behavior and protect the woman in Fox News. This scene happened in 14 minutes and 45 seconds in the film. The idea of feminism has shown by the Gretchen Carlson in the film. That's all my part, and I would like to pass it to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Raya Hani binti Azmi, and my metric number is 269400. Now, I will review about the films related to a scene where Kelly asks a question to Donald Trump on the day of the first Republican primary debates in the 8th minute of the movie. The statement sounds like this. You have called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Because of Trump is a politician, he has used their media as a third party to torture Kelly. Kelly was called a feminist because she voiced it, and the controversy didn't last long because Kelly didn't get any support from Fox News member and even its CEO named Elsie. It shows that Trump has committed sexism against women. Such oppression usually takes the form of social domination. Sexist behavior, condition, and attitude perpetuate stereotype of social gender roles based on one biological sex. We all know sexism is one of unethical behavior because sexism means prejudice or discrimination based on sex or gender, especially against women and girls. So that's all from me. I will pass it to the next.
In conclusion, sexual harassment is a conduct that is both illegal and unethical. This is a challenge that many businesses face. The best way to deal with it is to report any sort of sexual harassment as soon as possible to the appropriate chain of command. Sexual harassment is prohibited by law, as it is prohibited by the same laws that prohibit gender discrimination. Sexual harassment has a significant psychological impact on the victim. Although working partnerships are permitted, the pay must retain professionalism in the workplace. For company leaders, a person's reputation is crucial, and if a person's reputation is tarnished, the firms will be suffered as well. Finally, education is critical in learning and comprehending both men and women's behavior in order to avoid crossing the line when socializing or recognizing harassment from simple social engagement.